Is there a child in here that we heard crying before?
That was like a whistle. Yeah.
Ghost Dimension.
Well, hello everybody. I'm back. It's Tuesday, and what's really strange is I was just sitting here and one of my rings disappeared. Yeah, well, that's really super interesting. I'll have to look for it in a little bit. I just had it on my hand. Anyway, not sure what's going on. Today, welcome. Today is the 8th of August already, and you know what today is? Today is an important day for everybody to remember. And one of the reasons it is, I don't know if all of you know, but today is all about the Lionsgate portal. Everybody's like, oh, what's the Lionsgate portal? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's one of the most advantageous day of the year that comes around, and it's when everything kind of blends and it opens. So from the other side where spirit is to our side, it's very open, and it's a very powerful time, and there's a lot of energy in that time. So today, even before the end of the day, because I know some of you are not from the US, you're on the other side of the ocean from me, but you still have time in your day. So what you do is you plan and you put out what it is you want to manifest for yourself in your life, what positives you want to come into your life, and put that out there to the universe, because it's heard from everywhere. They'll hear it all around, and it comes in, and hopefully it will take root in positives and bring you things that are really important to you. But it's a really great day, and like I said, it's a great day energetically, and just kind of work with that and utilize that energy. All right, so I'm gonna go up. Yeah, the Lionsgate. You're right, Christy. The Lionsgate. It is, and the energy is really interesting because it's really kind of different than from what other times it is around. It's just really powerful and strong. Anyway, so I'm gonna get to the reads here a little bit. I still can't figure out what the heck just went, where my ring went. That just is confounding. All right, so hi Jessica, how are you? I see Margaret is here. I see Esther. Monica Jane, how are you? Hi, Presh. How's everybody? Hi, Christy. How are you? All right, so I'm going to start up here today with Esther. I don't know that I've read for you before, but welcome. Gosh, my I can't tell you enough. My hand actually feels naked without the ring. I that's just wild. That's just perplexing. I don't know, those little, I don't even like to say it on air because it gives them strength, the little people and the fairies that Holly loves so much. They are little mischievous brats. Ugh. Anyway, let's see what I can get for you today, Esther. Hi, Mango. Mango and Pip are around. It's Phoenix. I locked in the cage today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think Mulan is. Yep, Mulan's sleeping behind me on the bed. Okay, so Esther, today your card is Sacred Sweetgrass. Okay. They're like, what? Sacred sweetgrass. All right. Well, sweetgrass, if you ever had the opportunity to have a piece by or know someone that has had it and you smelled it, it's this beautiful aroma. It's really kind of, sweet. But what it also is, it can calm you. It can, just the smell of it, it kind of brings balance, and it's often used in salves, and it's used for ceremony. It's used to add to your smudge mixture when you want to cleanse an area. It's very important in the cultural background of the Native Americans. And it's a blessing. It represents a blessing. So for you today, I'm feeling that it's more about the scent of it. So when I use sweetgrass, and like I said, it's often used in salves and things, it also helps to bring on that dream state and calm you so that everything kind of starts to feel a little more balanced. And this is what is coming in for you today. That's what I'm smelling. It's time to kind of just set kind of it in your own space and just kind of be. And take some deep breaths and just breathe in the fresh air, knowing that it will free your mind, it will clear your mind, and you can hear yourself. Because sometimes, often, the chaos that whirls around us in the outside world causes us to be distracted for things that are important for us. Now, mind you, when I talk about us, I mean that we have to be reminded every now and then that we're in the driver's seat, kind of in a way to mention it, okay? We're responsible for how we respond to things, or how we react to things, what we say. We're responsible for that. And you'll see in this day and age, especially, there's more and more of it around where people don't want to take responsibility for themselves. Like they're saying, oh, well, I did this because so-and-so did that, and because you reacted to something. But the ultimate thing is that you have control over how you react and respond to the things around you. So what Spirit is saying right now for you, Esther, is just to slow down a little bit and take that time to really recognize what is needed in your life, what you have to respond to, and figure out your own response. Don't get input from your sacred circle of people or things, friends, family that are trying to influence you. Use your own thoughts. Use your own sense of kind of morality is what they're saying. Figure out what really would work best for you. Not because others expect you to do it in a certain way, not because they want you to do it in another way, but rather you do it in your own time, your own space, and how you want to react. This is really important for you right now because this is like it's kind of a spot in the cycle of life that you're at right now, and you need to take control of it. I also feel often with you right now that you feel a lot of other people may be putting pressure on you to do something or follow their way. And it's not bad to look up to people or even follow people every now and then, because we're all teachers, we're all students. But you need to be aware that your choices matter to you, and it's not about anybody else. So this is the time to take and listen and make that balance with who you are as you walk forward. So that's your card today, Miss Esther, and it is the Sacred Sweetgrass. I hope that resonates, and thank you so much for joining us today. Hi, Monica. Yeah, I just, like, seriously, I'm just perplexed that my ring fell off. That's just, it's going to bug me the whole time. Sorry, guys. It's just weird. All right. Well, let's see what I can get for you, Miss Monica. All right. Let me see what I can get for you, Monica Jane. All right. Hang on. All righty. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. I love these fish. This is the clownfish, okay? The clownfish and the anemone. Now, the anemone is actually the creature that looks sort of like a plant in the background with this particular fish. And this fish is one of the only fish they are symbiotic in their relationship, because the anemone actually will lure its food into it, and then once it comes in, it uses those same little kind of, I want to call them tentacles, but they're just the part of the anemone that sticks out, okay? And what it does is each tip of those, it will sting other fish because it's poisonous, and it will use them for food. The anemone is the only plant that coexists with the clownfish for a reason. And the clownfish go in there to be safe, to get away from prey, to get away from situations, whatever it is, they go in there and it doesn't affect them. So for you today, this is all about that relationship. For you to find kind of that safe space that you need to think clearer, to be clearer, to figure out your balance and make it balance without threat of outside influences. It's your safe place. So whatever your safe place is, know it is protected by the spirit realms. It is protected by the universe. And from what I'm being shown, it's almost like you're not really sure that it does do this for you, but it does as far as what I'm being shown. So trust in the power of you, trust in the power of self, and you are also allowed to be able to take care of yourself, to be there, to put yourself first. It's not selfish to do that. And they're telling me it's almost like you need that reminder to say to yourself and give yourself permission for whatever it is that you want to do or how you want to move throughout your life. But you don't have to give yourself that permission. You have that permission. And it's about each one of us that's individual. We all have that same thing. We've been taught for many years to leave ourselves out of that equation and take care of everything and everyone else before taking care of us. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. So, Monica, you don't have to give yourself permission. Just do it. Just embrace it. And you are protected, again, from the spirit lands, from the universe, from the divine energies. You make that connection to be able to move forward and imprint on others what is so important about what work you do or the type of person you are, that it imprints on others who will then follow suit in positives. Okay, so that is your card today, and it is the clownfish. I love them. They're beautiful. I wish I could have a saltwater tank, but where I live, I cannot trust the energy. All right, so I'm going to go down a little bit. Hi, Christy Matthews. How are you? La 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 la. Okay, yeah. Yeah, happy Lionsgate, right? Oh, the energy is just it actually knocked me on my butt a little bit this morning. I didn't realize until I looked at the calendar. Oh yeah, what day is today? So I was like, why am I like feeling like I'm kind of floating today? And it's like, yep, because we have so much energy around us. All righty. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, Christy, your card today. Oh my gosh, I feel so unbalanced. My fingers. Oh, put another ring on it. Different one, maybe. Nope, that ain't gonna work. All right, sorry, it's got me confuddled. Your card today is the Desert Wolf, which is coyote, which is pan in other cultures, which is the little floating Mercury with the little wings on the feet. It's the same type of a character. Coyotes play an important part in the ecosystem, and they really do get a bad rap from a lot of people out there. They don't like them. They say they come in and take, take their stock, and they attack pets and all this stuff. But in the bigger scope of things, they actually play a part in balancing that ecosystem. They also travel as a pack, and they hunt as a pack. And when you hear, like in movies or on TV, you'll hear the coyotes yelping in the background, and they're very distinct. But what they do is, you won't just hear a lone coyote; they'll yelp to each other. And what it is, it's like a sound pinpoint when they're coming into prey, coming into where their food is. And they work together as a team very tightly. So for you today, what I'm seeing is you have things that are going on, but you need to be honest with yourself and the fact that you need to open to the possibility of allowing others in to possibly assist you. Oftentimes in life, there are situations, and I know, like with me, I don't like asking other people for help because I've always taken care of things myself. But over the past few years, with all the stuff that's been going on, I need to put my ego down and ask for assistance. And I have. It's been a tough lesson. I'm not going to lie. It is a tough lesson, but it's something we all have to do by setting our ego aside. So whatever's going on with you right now, it's like, it's okay. The people you would open to and ask for assistance are not going to judge you. So it's actually good for your community or your sacred circle as well to share what it is that you need assistance with, or talk it through with other people. And a lot of times we don't want to be vulnerable, right? We don't want to have the outside world look at us as vulnerable because we feel we're open to, like, just attacks, verbally, mentally, emotionally, whatever, taken advantage of. But that's not the case. You've got a sacred circle for a reason. You've got people in your close perspective for a reason. They're family to you, okay? And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a blood family connection. These are people that you trust. These are people that mean a lot to you. And they know that they could also come to you for the same type of support. So what this is basically telling you is you need to open a little bit more, put the ego down a little bit more. And people think, oh, when somebody says it's your ego, it's not like that. Ego just places us in a position of vulnerability, or things that we think we are like all that in a bag of chips, or just it just kind of like makes us more human. It feels like we're opening up to things we don't want to happen to us. But how do we know anything's going to happen except positives unless we open up to it? So right now, whatever's going on with you, you need to open up to it, but with people that are close and that you know you can trust, because they're family by choice. Okay, so this is what's going on for you. And it's not that big of a deal. It's actually surprising when you do stop and think about the things that go on in your life and the people that are around you. You stop and think they're there for a reason, because you trust them, because you brought them in close. So that's the card for you today, Miss Christie, and I hope it resonates for you. Coyotes are crazy, 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 crazy crazy creatures. I had them a lot out when I was living on the 10 acres I had, where I had all the horses and the ducks and everything. And they're very, very intelligent creatures. I was actually pretty surprised by how smart they are, because that's what they do. And once I learned what they did, it was kind of interesting to watch them hunt, because they rely on each other, which is their circle, which is their pack. So they're amazing animals. All right. Hello. Hello, hello. Yes, you can have a card. Let's see what I get for you. Oh, there's one that doesn't want to go. Well, that's interesting. All right, let's see what I can get for you. Shuffle them up. Oh, cut them too. Okay, well, I can do that. That's not a problem. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Wow! You guys say, oh, yay. This is a new card that I've added this year, and it's the skunk. Okay, skunk. Skunk are just creatures that people don't realize we need in our ecosystem. Skunks take care of bugs. They eat ticks. They eat flea eggs and mosquito eggs and all that stuff. As long as you don't scare them, they won't turn around and spray. But they stand there, and if they feel scared and you see them taking their front feet and doing this pattern with their front feet, they turn their toes in and they pound on the feet, kind of like somebody putting their foot down about something. If that happens, you need to move, because whatever it is that you've been doing is you have provoked the response. And this is what's coming through for you today, is there's something that you need to be aware of that you actually didn't realize you did, but it's going to it's going to bring forth a response that you're going to think, hey, what the heck did I do that made it do this? Like, you're not going to know what it was. It's going to be so quick. And you just have to go back to opening to know what's going on, and that possibly, without you even realizing what you did, you've provoked the response that you're going to get. And I don't think you're going to be appreciative of this response. And I'm going to use myself as the example, because sometimes I am, what's the word? I'm more in the past. I've been this way, but I can come off very abrasive sometimes. And it's not meant to do that, but it's me having to learn that I have to be more conscious of how I say things and in the manner I say them. It's never intentionally meant to hurt people, but I've had to learn to curb that over the years, because I have literally caused the responses that I gave, but unknowingly. So this is about you looking a little bit closer to yourself about, when certain things are happening, you're like, oh, why is this going on? Why are you coming after? Why would you say that, or whatever, right? You have to kind of look. And it's not that you're wrong. It's not that you're mean. It's not that you're cruel. But sometimes we just need to take a look at ourselves and say, oh, wow, what happened here? And a lot of times it falls back on our responses or how we react to certain things. So with something that's coming up here, I would say, they're giving me 3, 4. So I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to be 3 to 4 days rather than weeks or months. But there's going to be something, and it's going to be the switch is going to be flipped because of how you said something, not how you meant it to be, but how it came across to whoever it hit. Now, a lot of times ego comes into play with the other people, because sometimes we'll say things and we don't mean that at all, but other people with their own insecurities will put it that it's like harming them or it's impacting them in a negative way. So just be really mindful over the next few days not to quickly brush things off or brush it aside or give that response that comes so quickly. And again, it's not that you're trying to be abrasive or be negative, but it's like we have to remember how we phrase things sometimes, because sometimes we're quick to do that without seeing the entire picture. So whoever this person is kind of struggling with a little bit of self-doubt in your life. And you're not understanding that, because really all you got to do is take a moment to kind of assess, right? To assess that situation. So that's your card today, and it is the skunk. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, let me see here. Hi, Kat. How are you? I hope you're doing well. All right, going down a little bit. Hi, Kara. How are you? Oh, that's weird. I don't know why that would be, Kara. Doesn't matter. It's okay. You're here. All right. Yes, you can. Conchetta, how are you today? I hope you are well and enjoying the energy today. I am really... They're laughing at me. I don't know where those little suckers are today. No, I'm not losing my mind. It is just wild. I don't know. I will also tell you, part of the Lionsgate when it does this, because it's like the universe is kind of, the parallels or whatever kind of go after us, are also seen as, they open in a way that, especially with this, you can actually sort of see through to the other side. Which can be very unsettling sometimes if you don't know what it is. And I've actually been witnessing this, or been I won't say a victim, that's not the word, but I've been the point of whatever comes in on the other side. I'm seeing them more, but it's like if you look down a road in a heat, like on a black asphalt road, their image mirrors on the top, and it kind of whipples and waves in the heat, but you see a actual whatever is being mirrored from reflection into it. I've been seeing this a lot lately, so you'll probably be seeing things clearer, and you might even be able to see other things from the other side. And it's not bad. It's just like, whoa, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's just kind of, it's kind of like, wow, what just happened kind of a thing. But it's very interesting. So if you're, wanting to connect, this is also a good time to try to reach the spirit lands by connecting to hear what messages they may have for you. All right, so your card today, Conchetta, is the moose. Okay, moose are very solitary animals. They're huge. Never walk up to them in the wild, ever, because they will take you out. They are a very gentle animal, but they own their space. And if they have calves with them, their babies with them, they're even more dangerous. Just leave them alone, because they'll even go up and attack cars. And what I'm seeing for you today is actually just that, like protecting your space. You're putting your boundaries out so that the people you don't want in right now, that you don't want in your space, you need to make sure those boundaries are really supported and strong, because there's things that you're not going to want to deal with that'll be around you, and you don't need to deal with them. But it's like pulling their drama into your area, your space, and you don't need to do that. But the moose, even though it's like it's made to look like the gentle stuffed toys that kids have, they're not, but they are respectful. So unless you disrespect, they will leave you be. So this is what you have to do. You have to put out those markers. There's something going on, and it's like people are trying to invade your space, or they're trying to give their 2 cents worth and kind of pull you into that drama. You need to just push it back, but with the energy. You don't even have to say anything. Just don't respond. A lot of times, this is kind of what'll happen. Somebody will say something or do something, and they're waiting for you to respond back. But if you don't respond back and add that energy to them, they don't, it's not able to penetrate. So you are in the clear, but you have to be the one. Don't respond to it, don't encourage it, and set your boundaries out. And this is really important for some reason around you, because I feel like there's even some close friends. They show me, like, the nosy neighbors, like when I was growing up, it was all the older women or the older men that would yell out the windows, don't go on our grass, don't come out, and you're ruining my grass, you kids, and yelling. This is kind of what's going on, and they want to kind of pull you into it, and it's just not needed. It really isn't, because it's just drama. So make sure they're aware. Not in my space, not in my time, and not in my responses, okay? So that your card today can shut it. And it is the moose. All right. I'm going to go down the thing here. Excuse me. Hi, Deborah. Let me check what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Good. That's really good, Deborah. Yeah, that's a call out to everybody here in the U.S. Yesterday, we actually had a really strong storm belt go from the Midwest all the way to the East Coast. But unusually, because usually Michigan, where I live, always gets hit with these storms, but it boot-tailed around. It went across and around us. So all the states below me, like where Ruth is, and in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, where Holly's at, they all had a lot of high winds and destruction, even into Washington, D.C. area, which never sees storm alerts. But they went in, and it was crazy. They were evacuating people, a lot of downed wires, a lot of downed trees and everything. So yeah, you need to make sure where you're at, you're safe. And I offered prayer today and kept my thoughts out that you guys would all be safe. So please just stay safe, and know I'm thinking about all of you. All right, hang on. Hello, Joyce. I hope you're doing well. Good afternoon to you. Yeah, the Lionsgate portal, right? Crazy energy. You're very, very welcome. Good, Esther. I'm glad. You too, Monica. All righty. Hi, Shirley Pritchard. Yes, I can give you a card. How are you? Move down a little bit here. Hang on. All right, Miss Shirley. Let's see what I can get for you today. All of a sudden, outside, we had a little breeze today. It was a really nice day. Started out, actually, I woke up. It was actually yesterday. I only had up to, I think it was 61 Fahrenheit all day yesterday. It was kind of dark and stormy and rain, a little bit rainy, which I don't have a problem with. But in August, to have like the high was 61 is kind of off. So it's a little crazy. And it's not because of 100% because of climate control. It's just the Earth cycle that it's going through, although we haven't helped it. All right, Miss Shirley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Ooh. Yeah, it's eerily quiet outside all of a sudden. That's really weird. Anyway, your card today is the hawk. All right. Hawks are really a powerful symbol of being able to see things with surgical precision so that they know how to move forward with either taking care of their young or feeding their young, or just catching the airwaves and knowing what's going on about them. Their precision is what this is about for you today. They keep saying that surgical precision. There's an issue going on that's with you right now. And they're just telling me to tell you, yes, it's right to just stand back and look at the bigger picture before making that surgical comment. And I do feel like it's something that needs your attention, something that you're fully capable of doing, but you need to kind of take that step back just to make sure as you move forward, it's actually what you're supposed to be doing. Follow that intuition, the intuition that we have, like, oh, I hear the phone ringing and before it rings, or, somebody's going to show up before they show up, or just those little intuition things. Just listen to your little tingles that you get if it resonates properly for you. But make sure that you're very precise in what's going on so that you can do that surgical kind of process to get in there, to clean it out, to take care of it, to bring it back to balance. And I kind of feel with what they're showing me is kind of like a teeter-totter, which is interesting. But the teeter-totter for me that they show me is always about the balance. And it keeps fluctuating with you. So it's like you think it's going to be okay, and then all of a sudden it's doing this. So you have to take that time, take those breaths to kind of bring it to balance for you. Today is the best kind of a day to do that. Again, because of the Lionsgate portal that's open, use that energy so it combines with your own to bring that balance back to you and your life. Just make sure as you're doing it, you understand by looking at the bigger picture. Okay, so that is your card today, Miss Shirley, and I hope that resonates for you. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna go down. La la. I can't see. My glasses are not helping me today. Yeah. Yeah, it's something that people. Hi, Gail. How are you? Yeah, I'll pull one for you today. It's something that we just don't, as humans, we're always taught never to put ourselves first. I mean, growing up, I remember my parents telling me that. It's like, no, you two take care of, grandma, or go, take care of this, then you come back to the table, or whatever it is, right? So I was always kind of taking care of other people before I was taking care of myself, and I would get exhausted until I realized, and actually I will be honest with you, I did not realize it till about 5 or 6 years ago. You have to allow things in for ourselves so that we can take care of ourselves and bring balance. And then when we do, we're able to help other people. So it's just one of those lessons that society didn't teach us. I grew up in a Catholic family. I don't consider myself any religion anymore. I work with Creator God and the divine energies, and that's how my spiritual gets fed. But I even remember going into the church as a kid, and they were always like, oh, you got to take care of everybody else before you take care of yourself. And that's just not true. All right, so Gail, let's see what I got for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, well, this one came out really strong last week, and that's Grandmother Moon. We had that awesome sturgeon moon that brought in all this energy. So for everybody that's listening, just remember, we've got another super moon coming in August 30th. It's the blue moon. And then with the Lionsgate and last sturgeon moon, there's a lot of energy out there floating, guys. So if you're feeling a little wonky, that could be why. And it's just, it's strong, but you need to be able to utilize it. Okay, so Grandmother Moon brings just that. Grandmother Moon will energize you, but in a way that you can control it within your life. So it's feeding your soul, feeding your spirituality, mind, body, spirit, right? And it's trying to assist you to bring balance. And for whatever reason right now, Gail, it's telling me very clearly that you're also a little off right now. off balance right now. And again, this can be because of all this crazy energy that's going on this month. But just remember to be kinder to yourself. I'm also seeing an image of like a hill, you know, with grass, just a hill, and a woman sitting on top of that hill, just calmly, knees up, arms resting on the top of the knees, and just kind of enjoying the moon's glow, the moon's energy. And Grandmother Moon is really, really connected with women, especially, but it's also representative of cycles. Like that's how they used to, you know, have women count their cycles, right? Because it goes from full moon to just a sliver and then slowly comes back out of that again to a full moon. So it really, truly is for women to really take advantage. You just need to know where you are in that cycle, like from your birth date. Look at a moon chart, see where you're at on your birth date, where it fits. And from that day moving forward, that's how you're going to cycle from that, right? And by cycle, I mean go through life cycles, okay? And this isn't bad, this is good. And you have the strong connection. But I'm also seeing that you might not have been using it as much as you probably should or could. So kind of really look at that. And it's time to kind of give your body and your mind a little bit of peace and just set in the presence of, okay? Sometimes it's really hard. That's really difficult for people to sit and just be. The wolf, when she was alive, used to yell at me all the time, and this was years ago, that don't you ever sit down, don't you ever stop. And I didn't. I just didn't. And now I do, because I found the benefits of what it does if we just take time for ourselves. So enjoy that moon, the moon magic, they're saying. Put your wants, your needs, your desires out today with that lion's gaze and seal it with a prayer to the moon, or an offering to the moon. By offering, I mean like respect. Just go out and say a little something like, you know, the planet, right? You're thankful for everything here, but this is a real opportune time for you right now to put those out, those wants, those needs, kind of put out those seeds into the universe so that they will start to grow into fruition. Okay, Gail, that's your card today, and it's Grandmother Moon. All right, gonna go down. Hi, Shannon, how are you? Hi, Michaela, how are you? Yeah, I can get you a card, Shannon. Let's see what I got for you today. La, la. All righty, here we go. Oh, I gotta cut these. All right, hang on. They're having me do something else. It's always interesting when they do that. All righty, here we go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, I redid this card too. This is it. I love them. I haven't really seen as many up here this year, and I'm wondering if it's because of the weather's been a little colder. But your card today is the hummingbird, and I actually sat out for a good portion of last weekend, and I really didn't see one. I saw dragonflies, but everything was not as many as normal years. Okay, so the hummingbird comes in for you, and the hummingbird is... Okay, the hummingbird for you today is about joy. It's about happiness. It's about enjoying everything that is in your life. It's about counting your blessings and seeing that you're in a good position to move forward in more positives right now. The hummingbird is also like, they're quick, right? I mean, they even used them. Well, the movie Pocahontas, they had a character, a little hummingbird, was called Flit, F-L-I-T, because it zips. That's what they do. They're like little kamikaze pilots or little helicopters. If you hear them come up on your by your head sometimes, people will go to SWAT because it sounds like a bee or a wasp, right? But it's not. It's them. And it's because they flap their little wings so many times per second. It's insane. And then what they do is they use up all that energy. And then when the sun goes down, you can find them either in their nests or in trees or bushes. And it's almost like you could pick them up. You would think they were dead. They're very limp. But what they do is they put their body energy down so low that it recharges and rejuvenates itself by the next day when the sun comes out. So yours is about a couple things. It's about the joy that's in your life. And seriously, if you've ever been able to be close to hummingbirds, one time I went into a place on Belle Isle where in Detroit where they have a conservatory with a bunch of all kinds of flowers and plants inside of it. It's just amazing. And the hummingbirds are in there. And it's just a beautiful, joyful thing to sit and watch them. And this is the most important thing for you, is to be able to sit back and enjoy everything that you've worked so hard for and realize you're the one that did it. You're the one that has accomplished this. You know, yeah, there were other people around you that may have assisted you and everything, but seriously, you need to look at yourself and realize the person you are, this amazing soul who's accomplished so much. And if you keep putting positives out into the world, you leave a good example for those around you of how to be. And you will imprint on them. And I think a lot of that is you don't feel, with what they're showing me, it's like you don't feel that, like when they show me the hummingbirds, they're magical. You don't feel like you're all that in a bag of chips for whatever reason, but you really, really need to look inside and see the good things that you've done, the good person that you are, and use that energy. And yeah, pat yourself on the back because you've done a great job. So this is kind of about self-doubt, getting rid of self-doubt and self-awareness so that you know you matter. Okay, I always find it amazing when some people don't realize how much they matter. And in the big scope of things, people are like, oh, well, you know, what is it if I don't do something, or what is it if I don't get noticed? But you do, because we are all connected, and it's like the ripple effect. Everybody's here with purpose. Everything we do affects the world around us. It may not like do this big bang theory type thing that you think, but it does, because when you are this beautiful soul, it ripples out into the world. So think better about yourself. You are an amazing person with an amazing light, and you need to just enjoy the joy in what's around you. Okay, so Shannon, that's your card today, and that's pretty cool. It is all about the little hummingbird, and I hope it resonates. Thank you for being here. You're welcome, Christine, not a problem. Hi, Michaela. I can give you a card today. I still feel, I know you guys, I've said it, and it's crazy, but my hand feels naked without my ring, and that's going to drive me insane. That's just weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, well, I haven't seen this in a while. Your card today is the Ram. The Ram. Okay. Rams are kind of a boss. If you've ever seen videos of them or had the pleasure of actually seeing them in real life, you can see them jump on sides of cliffs. Like, it's kind of like a rock climber without a net or a rope to tie them if they slip or miss. And their balance is absolutely amazing. And they jump on these cliffs and to supports like we would walk down the street. And it's kind of crazy. But they're very precise, and they're very competent, and they're very confident as well, right? So this for you today is about more confidence in who you are. This is about, yeah, okay, maybe you did step wrong, or maybe you did something that you wish you would have done a different way, or it just didn't work out the way you thought it would. Just leave it. and move forward. Okay, so leave it behind you, let it go. You learned whatever you did from it, and now you'll know what not to do that doesn't work for you in the future. But it's not a waste because you've learned how not to do something, or not how to be, or who to be around other people, or who to allow in your life, or situations, whatever. But be that confident person because you've got this. One of the things that these rams do, and this is what I'm being shown right now, is they really elude prey. Okay, they elude being prey. Sorry, that's what they're saying. So it's so easy for them to maneuver on the rock sides, right, of the cliff or the mountain or wherever they're at, that they can elude other animals that would initially basically out there to kill them and use them as food. And this is what you have to step away from and embrace the confidence. Because I keep looking at you, your energy, and it steps back in a way. It's like you don't want to necessarily be seen, or because you don't, but it's based on fear. It's based on like, oh, if I do this and I don't do it right, everybody's going to know, and everybody's going to look at me like I'm, like I can't do anything. And it's like this despair, but you're confident. You've learned a lot to get you to where you are now. It's a learning journey for all of us, and you should never feel inferior to people. You're learning. We all are. We are all on this learning journey, myself included. I'm always a student and a teacher at the same time. There's always things that we can learn how to do better or how to do differently, but our journey is really important. So they're saying, please have confidence in yourself, because no matter what life throws at you, you're capable of pushing through it, whether it's good or bad or just indifferent, right? You've got the proper people around you. You've learned well, you've taken all those lessons in. Be more confident in who you are, that you really, really matter to the outside world around you. Okay, Michaela, I hope that resonates for you. And that's your card today, the Ram. Hi, Panda, how are you? I don't mind. I know, but I know you're busy. I know everybody's busy. I always get a chuckle out of you guys because I get inbox. I'm so sorry I'm not going to be able to be there today, and that's okay. You don't have to show up. I don't take notes to see who's not on and who is. I'm here to benefit whoever needs to hear, right? So not a problem. All righty. So let's see what I got for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, I hear it. I know. All right, so your card today is the salmon, the coho salmon. Okay, salmon are, I love seeing the coho because they're so colorful. The salmon bring in for you about renewal, regeneration, the continuing of the cycle, the being able to get through or over controversy or situations that pop up without losing faith. Salmon go upstream to lay their eggs, and then the eggs, once they hatch, they move down the river to adapt until they go into the salt water. So they're in fresh and salt to fresh, and it's this continuing cycle. And what I'm being shown is you have what you need to push through. Although I will say there's been some interesting obstacles that I don't think you were prepared or thought you'd even come up against. It's kind of like something comes out from the left side or the right side. You just didn't see it happening or coming in just know to continue the path you're on, just like the salmon do when they're swimming upstream. It's really interesting to watch them because you would think, how are they going to get up that waterfall? How are they going to? And it's crazy, but they do. And this is what they're telling me to tell you. You've got everything you need to do. It may come in from left or right field and you weren't expecting it, but you will have everything you need to understand to push through it. Just remember you do, and don't lose faith. Just keep moving ahead. Everything will come out the way it needs to come out, the way you want it to, and the way it's meant to. Okay, and don't doubt that at all. So that's your card today, Panda, and I love you, and tell your husband, Steve, that I miss him too. All right, take care. Thanks for popping in today. I hope it resonated for you. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Okay, let me go down here. Hi, Lucas. How are you? I don't think I've read for Lucas before. How are you, Lucas? Yes, I can give you a card. All good, Tammy. Yep, sage is good. Sage is good. Sage is good. All right, hang on here. Let's see what I can get for Lucas. What can it be? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Well, I just shuffled 72 cards, and yay, you get the same card. And you see that deck? I shuffled that and riffled it. All right, so apparently you got something going on too. Okay, so salmon about you though is, you know, if you just heard me going through it with Panda, it's about how they never give up. They keep moving through, and when they cycle back from the ocean to come lay eggs, when they get old enough, they go upstream in the fresh water again and all that good stuff. But for you, it's about what was planted. So this is about, because they show me the eggs are starting to hatch and coming into where the babies are coming out, right? And so this is what I'm seeing for you is things that you've kind of planted in the universe, or what I was talking about earlier with the Lion's Gate, being able to manifest what you need by putting those seeds out. Well, you've already put those seeds out into the world of things that you've wanted, and you may not even realize, this is what I'm hearing, you may not even realize that you have planted these things. But people, remember, when we sit and we ponder or we think stuff, that goes out to the universe. So the things that you've kind of sort of put out are just starting to work the way they're supposed to systematically. So I'm seeing these fish hatch, and they're starting to move through the river, which takes them quite a long time to get back to the ocean. So I'm seeing this, but it's almost like you don't even realize that you put those seeds out because they're already starting to manifest. So just keep the track that you're going on, because everything with you has been positive steps, things that you've done for yourself. It's positive steps. Now, I will tell you also, though, that I do see things with around you, and it's people, events, things socially, whatever, that's around you that can, yes, influence what's going on. Again, like with the fish coming back down after their hatch. You know, not everything will come to fruition, but that's why we actually plant seeds. Even a farmer, that's why they plant a lot of seeds, is so that they have a good harvest. Yeah, there might be 1 or 2 plants here that don't work or don't grow, but that's okay, because we can reseed it the following time we do put seed out, or do plant ideas, or do try to manifest things. So be aware of the things that are coming back to you and continue on the path that you are, because you will attain whatever this is. You just have to believe it. Okay. But yeah, I see a lot of good things that you've put out that you want to happen for you coming back. Not all of them, but that's okay. The things that'll come back are the things that need to be before other stuff comes out. So make sure you pay attention to that. And I really do see good things coming back, but it's almost like they were put out there either the end of last year, like through fall, through beginning of winter, or it's like from last fall to maybe January, you had thought about stuff or put stuff out there that you wished you could have or do or whatever, but it is coming back. And I'm also told to remind you, it doesn't always happen like an easy button. I wish life did. That would be so great, right? Having that easy button like on the commercials and you just bam it and whatever we want comes in. It's not how it works, unfortunately, but you will get. So keep focusing on what it is, and you're going to begin to see more and more of what you planted out there come to fruition for you, and it will fill your life with more positives. Okay, so that's your card today. Also, Lucas is the coho salmon. I love how things come up. What's this? Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, it's hard some days to human, as you said. I laughed because a friend of mine said the other day, Penny Morgan, who's an amazing writer and historical research she does is just beyond. And her thing was the other day, she went out and she came back home because it was too peoply out there. And yeah, you've got a lot of people in the world right now that are kind of living in that you need to burst their bubble because they don't really know or have like a sense of what's going on, and they're using ego and nasty stuff to move through. So yeah, sometimes it gets too peoply. Yes, absolutely. All right. Oh, la 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 la. Okay. King, I don't think I give. I'm glad you got that saved. 2 weeks after 5 months, it's a time to be healed. Yes. Whoever this is, this talking about, put your name in there so I know who this is, because it just says Facebook user. So put another comment in and I'll know who it is. Sure, King, let's give you a card. I will. Let's see what I can get for you. Oh, it's summer. Hi, Carol. How are you? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I love these creatures. I switched this card out from last session or last card release. I changed it up a little bit. Frog. I always see frog, and it's frog. Frog is great. Frog is very similar as salmon are. They're all about their cycles. But the cool thing about them is they can live on land or water, and they go in and out of both sides to bring their life balance. So they're basically what I consider to be earth children. And this is what's coming through for you, is that feeling of, actually, I feel like it was a little unbalanced prior, but what's coming in now for the rest of this month and into part of September is you're going to feel more balanced. Like I said, like the frog can go on land and water, and it needs both to survive, right? And they also go through this really long cycle to get to be a frog. They go through the hatch where they hatch out of their eggs, and then they're these tiny little, they look like baby guppies, and then they look like pollywogs as they get a little bit bigger. Then they grow a tail, a bigger tail, and the tail starts to go away, and their little legs start to come out. And then they lose the tail because they grow into the tail, and then they get to the very end where they become a frog. So that's their cycle. But what I'm seeing for you is it's about a little bit of unsteady, because what they're doing is they're literally sitting me on a boat, and I don't like being on the water. I don't know, maybe in a past life I drowned or something. I don't mind going on rivers, but big lakes and stuff, and Michigan has a lot of them, I can't do. They just don't. And this is the kind of uneasy queasy I feel. So it's like been a little bit out of balance. But if you embrace, and especially like I said today, use that lion energy, that lion portal, that open gate that's bringing us in the energy to do what we need to do to be able to manifest in our future. Yeah, and I'm also being told don't dwell on that little bit of unbalance, because it's like it's just enough to kind of bug you, but not enough to throw you into like, oh my gosh, throw me the ring out into the water so I don't drown. It just needs to balance, and you have the capability to do that. But sit today before you go to sleep tonight and really put out that manifestation of what you need for yourself to be able to better maneuver the waters or the life path that you've chosen. It will come in for you. You just have to be diligent in making sure that you put that out to the universe, that that's what you need. And that is your card today, King, and it is the frog. All right, so going down, going down. You're very welcome, Shirley. Very, very welcome. I am good, but again, I need a name. I don't know who I'm reading for. You just got to put your first name in there so I know. Hi, Kay. How are you? Yeah, you know, the edges are always kind of make you feel afraid. I literally, before I came on here at noon my time, I literally had to lay down to not really take a nap, but to just kind of relax my body. Okay, it was a lot, and it's a lot of energy. So, you know, you got to do what makes you feel right, and you have to balance that. Not always fun. All right, let's see. Yeah, I can get your card today, Prush. Hang on. Okay, hi, Sister Bear. May I please have a card? You can, but I need to know who you are. Give me your name. I need your name. If you're watching and you're a Facebook user, it's coming across as nobody. It's a blank. So I need to know who that is. Thank you, everybody, for offers those. Whoever put up, hi, Sister Bear. May I please have a card? Put it in the chat so that when I go down, I know who I'm talking to. Because right now it's a blank male figure. So that's what's up on Facebook right now. Oh, and your card. Well, okay, well, here you go. This is going to be a little different. Yep, here you go. Well, your card just kind of decided it was jumping out on its own. So there you go, Presh. It is about white sage today for you. And man, did that thing ever jump. All right, so white sage. White sage is a blessing, but it's also about releasing all the negatives, right? So there's still stuff that you're dragging forward, and it's like you're putting too much what's the word they're showing me? Too much emphasis on the past, okay? One of the big things is once we go, each second that we like a minute ago, I can't change what I said. It's out there, it's in the universe, and this is what's coming through for you. And I'm hearing like trauma, just the negatives that have been with you during your lifetime, like leave them back, okay? They're not serving any purpose now. You learned from them, so you have that experience in your toolkit or in your person, but you need to just let it go, okay? There's no reason to continue to focus on it, and I can tell you squarely that there's been things in my life that have happened that aren't great, and there's things in my life, because I'm old, I actually didn't realize. I kept saying I was 60. I'm 62. Okay. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you are. But if we go back and relive and rehash and rethink and kind of focus on all this old trauma or negatives that either we did or was done in our lifetime to us or around us, it's not serving any purpose. So with the white sage coming up, it's about you doing this like personal kind of delve into your past, delve into things that helped create the ideas, the negative stuff that shows up. Delve into that and let it loose. And there is no better day than today to do that. cut it loose and just put out there that positives are coming in, and put out what you want to happen in your life, you know, for the next, say, years, till next Lionsgate opens up next August, right? And just keep thinking positive. Use that white sage, use that incense, whatever it is that you need to clear your field. But they're saying clear out all that, you know, personal pain. And I don't mean physical pain. I mean, you know, I can look back on, there was a lot of stuff that hurt me. And I'm sure over the years I hurt other people as well. And it's like, you just got to let it go. You make amends with it. You look at it, you let it go, because you can't go back and change it. It's what happened. And this is really strong for you today, Prush. I'm not sure why, but yeah, sacred sweetgrass, or not sacred sweetgrass, sacred white sage. I use sage and sweetgrass and tobacco and a little bit of lavender in my smudge. Whatever it is that you use, it can be incense, whatever, but you need to clear that space for yourself so that you're not dragging stuff forward. Because part of what it does when we drag things forward is it kind of infects things that are coming in as positives, and we don't get the full benefit of the new experiences and the new ideas and the new things that come into our life. So that's your card today, Miss Presh, and it is white sage. All right. I would love to give you a card, but I don't know who you are. All right. That's my one thing, guys. I got to know who you are. Yes, you can, Leanne. Not a problem. Happy to. You're very welcome, Gail. Very welcome. Okay, here you go. Let's go up here. Hi, Chloe. Ooh. I hear raindrops. Raindrops on roses and whispers on kittens. Oh, yes. It's coming down. Rainy days and Mondays. Woohoo. All right, let's see what I can get for you, Leanne Hobbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I haven't had this card come up in a while. It's the scarab, okay? They are the coolest bugs. They're actually beautiful. Very, very highly valued back in like Egyptian times. And actually the scarab, I don't have a piece now, but when you talk about jewelry, it's about those scarab pieces that are really big, right? That are on there. That's where they get the word from, is because the Egyptians used to make jewelry and use scarabs in their everyday life. Really amazing. But what they do is they clean out the dead. They clean out the old things. They clean out stuff that we don't need anymore. And again, this reaches to the same thing. Get rid of the stuff that doesn't matter anymore. Go into a deep dive into your past, or the things that you're trying to keep dragging forward with you. Perhaps they're saying even things you're not realizing you're dragging forward. So you just got to kind of keep going with that and letting it go. And the scarab is meaning that you have to do some really strong personal work. And it's almost, I feel like it's like almost like you're kind of down, or it's like this little bit of unhappiness that's around you. And it's kind of like covering the joy of who you are. They're kind of covering the light. And what you got to realize is whatever situation that you're in, we're the ones that put us in these situations. I mean, it's a hard thing to admit sometimes, but you know what? A lot of stuff that we do actually does cause things, good, bad, or indifferent, to come in, how we react to different things, whatever. So if you are feeling that way, clean it out, get rid of it. There's no purpose to even carry that stuff. You know, I look in childhood too. I'm going to take these rings off because it's really bugging me. Sorry, guys. When you look, I look into my childhood, right? And there's things that I wish didn't happen, but they did. But I'm not going to drag them forward because I don't want to relive that over every day or every moment or whatever. So you need to go in and clean that crap out. And what happens is if we don't do that and we drag it all forward, we can actually physically make ourselves ill. We can actually put ourselves into a place of depression. We can actually make our bodies rebel and actually get sick. One of my big things was I did most of my life was I screwed my back up. And part of it was because that's where I hold all my pain. That's where I hold my anger. That's where I hold my trauma. Once I started to learn and understand that, I started letting things go. It's not saying you'll ever forget, but you need to release it because you can't change it. Okay, so just let it go. And that's your card today, Miss Leanne. And I hope it resonates for you. And God bless. Thanks for popping on today. You're welcome, Gail. Oh, you do? You've got hummingbirds where you are? That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, going down a little bit here. Hang on. You're so welcome, Shannon. I appreciate you being here. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hang on. Going down a little bit. Steve was here a couple weeks ago. I don't remember what it was, but yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not good. That's good. That's really good. Give him a big hug for me, Panda. I really appreciate it if you would. Okay, let's see what this is. Hi, Gloria. I see you there too. Okay, well, of course. Okay, I will pull you a card. My reads, if people want a personal read, I just don't pull cards. I sit, they're half hour or hour. It's like a personal read. I may toss cards when we're done to kind of, bring up a summary of what was seen, so it kind of resonates and validates that what we talked about was indeed important and it was on point. Okay. The one thing I will tell you, Michelle, is, and I'm really sorry for your pain. It's never easy. When the wolf passed, yeah, of course, it's painful. But the one thing that has made me, let's see, what's the word? Made me feel more stable about it, or it's not that I don't miss the wolf, because I obviously do, but it's kind of a validation that I know there's more than just here, because we're energy. Plus the fact that the wolf is like up in my business all the time anyway. Still, I hear it from other people that didn't know her. It's a lot, okay? But I can't pick a phone up, and anybody that actually will tell you that is, I would question a little bit, but it's not like picking a phone up and saying, hey, I wish it was that easy. I really, really do. Usually what will happen as well is and this is like the opposite of what a lot of people will tell you, when people first pass, I feel, because with my own experiences, that they're at their strongest, right? So there's things, and they want to connect to us to tell us or show us that they're okay or what have you. And it's like in the first couple months, it's really strong. And then it starts to not go away, but it's a little more infrequent, because they're doing things on that end of stuff where they are continuing to learn. They're continuing to balance what they did while they were here on Earth to get that bigger picture. And I understand that you're heartbroken, but you need to understand they're okay. It's us on this side that have the pain of losing them. They're not here in whatever happened with them anymore. They're good. They don't leave us. They're always around us. I will pull a card for you. I don't know what'll come up, but what I do, and when I do the cards here on the streams, whenever I'm running them, it's about what you need to know at this moment in time to move forward through your days ahead in positives. Okay, so let's see what I can get. I don't like doing in-depth mediumship live. It's just too intense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, well, this kind of makes sense. All right, so your card today is the bat. Okay, now you're thinking, what the heck's the bat got to do with my husband passing? Okay, so here it is. The bat, when you hear the comment, you're as blind as a bat, like I am when I take my glasses off. Bats use their other senses to perceive what's going on, to get messages, to hone in on what they need to maneuver around in the world. Okay, so what this tells me is that you need to kind of set up a space in your mind and your heart, however you want to put it, like before you go to bed. So it's a dream time thing where you'll go into that in between where you're not awake and you're not in that deep, deep REM sleep. And you set up a place to meet your loved ones and you invite them there to come in to speak with you. This is something I firmly believe in. I know it works. I know it happens. Does it work immediately? No, it does not. However, with the bat coming up, they want you to open to signs and the love and the reminders that are around you. Don't just look for them. Use your other senses to feel them. And I feel like what they're showing me is like you standing at some kind of a counter and kind of just lost in that time. You're like kind of staring into space. And I feel and see your husband would come up behind you and just hug you from behind and kind of putting your shoulder down a little bit and him saying, I'm fine, I'm okay. I believe you're receiving signs that you're not even quite aware of because you're so focused on, I need to hear from him. I need to see him. I need to understand what's going on. I miss him and I'm trying to heal. It's because you're so focused on that. Woo! We're getting a storm coming in now. Woohoo! I feel that you're so focused on that you're actually missing some of the signs that he's giving you. And I'm not saying this to hurt you. I'm not saying this as a negative. What you need is to take that breath and kind of let that go a little bit and allow him to communicate how you recognize. And by doing that, you will see that he has not left you. They can be in 50 million places at once, but they never leave their loved ones. They just don't. So I hope you take comfort in that, and I hope you can open up a little bit with your senses, because like I said, the bats don't see. It's about everything else, how they feel, how they hear, how they sense. Okay, so that's really kind of a validation of what I was saying. So I hope, Michelle, that helps you a little bit. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I've been here almost an hour and a half, and I'm sorry I got to go because my house is getting rained on inside, which is always fun. And till next Tuesday. Well, actually, no, I'll be here tomorrow with Holly Jenkins on Spiritually Paranormal. So till tomorrow, and then next week for some of you, it's Bear out. Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Yeah. Cool, wasn't it? Bye, Bear, my bear.
Bye, Mama Bear.
See you later, Bear, my bear, my bear.